Hi everyone. So today is day 10, but it was supposed to be day 11. But yesterday I skipped a day in my commitment of 30-day videos. And it got me thinking because what I am feeling about it and what I am experiencing is so different this year than it would have been a couple of years ago. So it just reveals so much of what has changed in my relationship with myself, and I wanted to share. So I made a commitment, 30 days of unfiltered daily self-expression. And yesterday was one of those days. It was busy, and then I was traveling, and then, it wasn't easy to do a video. And in the past, I would have stopped the car and would have come out and done the recording, or I would have got myself out of bed, even in my pajamas, and just recorded the video. But yesterday, I allowed myself to not do it. And today, I knew that I was going to plug right back into the promise. So what is interesting is that I am in such a state of forgiveness that it's totally okay, because I know that I will come right back to my promise. So I didn't fall out of the promise. So in the past, when my relationship with myself was still more conflictual, if I were to break any kind of promise, I would go into self-hate spiral or self-shame spiral. I would I would think, oh, you did it again, or, oh, I would just go into this self-punishment. Now, because I'm no longer going into that self-punishment, it's very easy. It feels easy to just accept, okay, I skipped a day, but I'm coming right back to it, and I will continue with my promise. And that's just such a huge evolution. And I got here through trial and error. The first promise of these kinds of videos was, or not first, but among the times when I really had to prove to myself my discipline and my commitment, a year or two ago, I made 100 days of daily videos. That was the promise. It was extremely ambitious because it was over 3 months of daily videos. I don't think I ever skipped a day. So I did it under all circumstances, travel, not travel, in the middle of the night, in my nightgown, washed hair, unwashed hair. I mean, I showed up. And when I finished, it was like, wow, I could do anything. So now that I have, and also through the writing and the coaching, and it's now been several years of doing this, the daily posts on Instagram, the showing up for my classes, and to regular newsletters and all this stuff. I've proven to myself my capacity to be disciplined. So then in the things that are not perfect, for example, my assistant was sick and I wasn't able to finish up the year in the way that I thought I would. But these things no longer feel like a failure. I'm no longer so attached to the outcome that it makes everything fall apart in my mind. Anyway, everything is perception anyway, but I think a lot of our perception and a lot of what we feel about what's going on in our life ultimately comes down to our relationship with ourselves. So because I am in this space of more forgiving, more accepting relationship with myself, it's easier for me to accept certain things when they don't work out the way I thought. But it only became possible, I was only able to get to this more accepting place because I had been so disciplined with some of my promises and some of my commitments that I'm able to be on that other side of acceptance as well. If I was the one who wasn't able to commit to anything, where I didn't have that history of like, when it's important, I can show up and I can do it, then I don't think I would be in that state of acceptance. So in a way, I guess what I'm realizing as I'm speaking about it, we kind of almost need to go to the extremes of situations in order to get to a center. So in this particular case that I'm discussing, it's only because I was in the extreme of like draconian discipline, and then I also have been in the extreme of like permissiveness, that I'm now able to be in center where I know that I can be committed. I know that I can be counted on. I know that I can show up for myself and for others. And so when things don't happen quite the way I thought they would, I'm also okay with that. So it's, I guess, to say it in a slightly different way, it's like I'm coming increasingly to this inner marriage of living with an inner harmony between the masculine and the feminine energies within me, where the masculine energy is like structure, discipline, commitment, and the feminine energy is more of like the flow and creativity and the unexpected and the allowing of it. So to accomplish anything, actually, you need both, because when the discipline is too draconian, it becomes oppressive, and when the flow is when the flow is without any kind of guidance, it also can go into some extremes, perhaps. Anyway, I found in my experience that having the discipline and the delineation of course, of path, so that the feminine can flow freely within it, it seems to be the best kind of formula. So just wanted to share. I'll see you tomorrow.